Hey guys, welcome back as we're ready to get started for the second game of the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Now let's take you down to the Western Conference side. The next matchup is the first seed against the 8th seed of the Thunders taking on against the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks has been defeating by 3 games in a row. If they can't just answer back, then their season is over. Well, for those of you folks who are Mavs fans, you will have noticed that Kyrie Irving is the only main man that you will be proud to be a fan of for the Dallas Mavericks. I've never seen anything like this, but it's more importantly though, anybody can play it like that. And as right now, my next commentary supporters, I have it across. We have is Paintbrush. He's also along with the other commentaries of the crew with Roy, and the center court I have is Ali LaForce standing by with our sports game coverage of the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. This is going to be it. If they win, then they're moving on. If they don't, they'll be heading back to OKC for Game 5 with another rematch against the Dallas Mavericks. And now let's see what happens with this game. Thunders, Mavericks, next on 2K Sports. See you later, everybody. And as they're ready to get things settled, it's Dallas Mavericks and the Thunder. Do or die next. Hi everybody, I'm Peyton Person. I'm here with my broadcast partner with 3 crews. Center court is Ali LaForce. He'll also get this thing ready to see what's going on. That's right now, it is game number 4. With that one, we've got a big line group here. SGA is on Kyrie Irving. Clay Thompson is on Lucian Storm. Jalen Williams, he's also along with the across the airway, PJ Washington. Then from the wings, the center guards between Anthony Davis against Isaiah Hartenstein. Mark Donaldson, head coach for the Thunders, and for the Mavericks, it's Jason Kidd. Game 4 as we're getting ready to prepare for itself. And as Gafford is whipped across with Holmgren, let's see what goes on. And here we go. We're ready to start 4th game here in Dallas. Do or die. Here's Holmgren. He'll start over to Isaiah Hartenstein. The shot will stick it in. Will be the first 2-pointer for the Thunders. Thunders a great chance here. Isaiah Hartenstein is not really the big chain up that they really do it for. And what you don't really believe in for, they just really have to see what goes in. After a slam there by Daniel Gafford, here's SGA. Gilgeous Alexander. The pass finding to Holmgren. Holmgren will swing to Dort. Dort swings the pass back to Holmgren. Holmgren for the finish, up for 2. That was so good. Rebound by Davis. It goes back to Kyrie Irving. Irving pass to Gafford. Watching out for the backcourt violation. You'll say to Irving. The 3-pointers missed. Rebound by Hartenstein. He will now give it over again to Lucian Storm. Dort over to Hartenstein for the finish. The drop is good for Hartenstein. He's got his 2nd bucket.
This is really what happens with Isaiah Hartenstein. His hard, tricky shot won't matter to budge. But more likely, though, it's really going to be hard to make that one so.
And as we're talking about Ali LaForce saying it, that his most plays of the game is Uncle Drew. Kyrie Irving's been doing one of his better playoff games ever since he was playing with the Brooklyn Nets. But it was not really the time when he's been doing it often lately. And for many years, he was definitely been one of a king to be playing it for since the draft by Cleveland Cavaliers since 2017.
The more likely they do for, I've seen everything with Kyrie Irving. He's making it great, opposing with the drafting, and sometimes with the better offense in the zone, it's no reason how they would be carried off by the better stampede point. It can be difficult sometimes, but now you just need to do a big favor, just play it optimally.
SGA with the block. That'll be his first rejection of the night.
Oh, looking good out there. Gilgeous Alexander's got a first block of the game.
Now he finds the pass over to Holmgren. He'll look over to Dort. Dort for 3. That Misses off the target, but it's rebounded by Gafford. Dallas Mavericks only had 0 points in the game with only 2:07 per minute, and they're trying to look for a scoring drought to take the first chance here. Good range to put it in. Now, this is the part of the first goal. It's just not really easy enough that they're doing it for, and because what they need to do is they just got to keep playing. Afterwards, they don't get it off easy. After the foul given by the OKC Thunders, it'll be PJ Washington heading to the free throw line, shooting 2. The first free throw misses. Target's not always easy enough here for PJ Washington to make the score. But the drive is definitely like impossible for him to make some settling shots, big score efforts. It was really what happens with one of our big plays in the game on his better average.
You know, I say what 14.7 is really like a higher number to take, but he's really like he's not showing any kind of using the perspective on the matters. He really has to change oftenly at the right single time. It can be very difficult, but more likely though, I wouldn't budge the matter. I wouldn't care if he gets another goal to have that with him some great range shots. It needs to be done here quickly. The faster you go, the more stronger you get.
The foul is on Anthony Davis. That'll be AD's first personal foul, and their first team foul for Dallas with 5:13 remaining.
And look what happened with Jalen Williams. That drive was definitely off the mark, and that's a great foul. That's what's going to give over to Anthony Davis, the first personal foul.
First team foul is going to be Dallas Mavericks as Jalen Williams heads to the free throw line, shooting 2.
Williams is not a big stepper afterwards. He really is the American basketball small forward position, but he really has to be playing it oftenly. And J-Dub have to get a free throw down.
The first free throw is good for Jalen Williams.
When you don't make a set in that close, it just happens to play in. But remember, his first take, he was selected with the Thunders since 2022 by the NBA draft, and it was named to his first NBA All-Star game, and in the All-Star starting in for 2025, that's the first time he's been playing it for. He wants to see what he can definitely do for it. Jalen Williams, the better status, the good keys, it's a great run. Gotta have to give it a good start off.
Here's Kyrie Irving. He'll get a timeout with only 5:09 remaining in the first quarter. Little start here for the Thunders as they're up by 6 with only 5:09 remaining. Now, when I say about the J-Dub, it means that Jalen Devon Williams is only the professional players, and he can definitely only be playing for OKC Thunders. He was really like the big start of his own use. Playing back in his high school year in Perry, Gilbert, Arizona, he had a great take on his at 6 feet tall point guard position, as he has grown 5 inches from his sophomore to senior year in high school. He was still listed him as the 6'3" guard. He was definitely really signed with his national letter of intent, and because right now he's in the 9th among prep players by Arizona, it was by 247 sports. He has ended his high school and his averaging was more than 25 points per game. His senior year, being named by the Chandler Unified School District Player of the Year, and it was awarded 27-18.
Well, I could say now that Jalen Williams is really like all the pressure in it. You know, sometimes it could definitely be hard for Williams to set it across with the listed on its height measurement. But more likely, though, he definitely knows in his high school year. He's been growing, and then until now he wants to play for basketball. He said, like, I'm guessing I'm going to do this one for the next level. And he's choosing now to just play with the team. That can be a great honor.
Player for everything. That's right. Now Anthony Davis will send to Washington. Gafford against Hartenstein. 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Irving on SGA. The screen. Spin the move. And blocked by Hartenstein. The rebound by Gafford. Oh, Slew's taken over by Jeff Holmgren. And here's Gilbert Alexander. You'll find Hartenstein can't get the ball rolling in as he's lost his timing, and now Irving will have it the other way. And Washington will slam it down in toward the zone. Now they're back down by 4.
Oh, this is what I see now. That's great. Line, drive, more suggest flavor. It's just not always easy when they do for us.
Here's Stork. Give the pass over to Hartenstein. Hartenstein looks over now finding Gordon Alexander. Here's another chance. Tipped over by Anthony Davis. And Irving for the drive. Makes it through. Now we have number 2 player for the Mavericks. Irving's got his first bucket in. He's 1 for 5. He's just trying to get another 2. If he gets it straight. Now here's Holmgren. He will slide it back. Now the rebound, not finding Gordon Alexander to Dort. Dort. Moving in. Pass back to Gordon Alexander. Here's the finish. Up for 2. That's no good. Rebounded by Thompson. And Thompson. Give the pass to Irving. Irving. Toward middle. Jumper on a better teardrop. He'll tie it up. That'll be 2 points in the game as Klay Thompson with the assist. Here's Jalen Williams. He'll send over now to Chad Hartenstein. Hartenstein looks over now finding Gordon Alexander. Alexander now finds Holmgren. Holmgren slides back to Williams. Dort for 3. That's good. That outside range puts a 3-point mark for Legion Stork. He's got 3.
3-pointers not always the option. It can be a little difficulty afterward if you just get it over and done.
Here's Irving. Slides in motion. The drive is foul. Calvin Williams, his second personal foul and your second team foul for the OKC Thunders. Irving's on the free throw line, shooting 2.
2 shots.
Stop the clock with under 3 minutes remaining in the first.
Well, looks like Irving's going to be able to put it in. I don't see what's going on, but that is a little slight out of range.
First free throw's good for Kyrie Irving. That was a new change of scare as this will be some number 1, Javon Williams. He's checked in for Jalen Williams, along with Joe, Wallace, and Caruso. And the other side for the Mavericks, 4 players checked out, 4 players checked in. Dinwiddie, Exum, Marshall, and Derek Lively the second. He's got the second one down. It's a 1-point possession game for the Mavericks. As Alex Caruso passes it over to the other wing. Wiggins is right toward the wing. He's also checked in. Isaiah Joe finds Wiggins. The give over now finds Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace in the middle. Oh, Lively the second. He denied that shot quickly.
That's what I see. I got a good feeling with Derek Lively. He's got that block shot. Great feeling.
Irving for 3. That's good from outside. It's a 2-point possession lead. Here's Ben Wallace. He'll send over now finding to Wiggins. Wiggins to Caruso. 2:09 remaining. Back to Wallace. Wallace passes back to Joe. Joe. 3 for Wallace. And he's got it. Wallace got a 3-pointer down. That'll be the first one to start. Spencer Dinwiddie sliding it back and forth. Covering screen by Exum. The step up. Pull-up shot, no good for Exum. Javon Williams will take it over, now trying to get a Joe. And it's back to Javon Williams. Get back over to Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso, step up for 2. That's good. Caruso with another 2-pointer with the back scoring points. That'll be 2 in a row.
There's no change in that. Alex Caruso was able to get over the line, and what they really need him now for, they just have to believe on him to give some good scorings in.
Here's Spencer Dinwiddie on Wallace. With the set over to Marshall. Wiggins on him. For the 3. Off and hit the rim. Rebound by Caruso, now he is spurts. Caruso setting it over for the screen. Finding Wiggins for 50 seconds. Wiggins will swing to Wallace. For the 3. Number 3-pointer misses again for Wallace. And now Irving's fakes right turn wing. Finds Exa for 2. That's missed. Rebounded by Lively. Back behind Whitty. Dinwiddie again to Marshall. Marshall on Williams. Marshall slides back. Trying to push it in. With the shot. Blocked by Williams! And he can't get it to go! That'll be the first rejection for the Thunders.
Oh, look at the stands afterward. Javon Williams got a first rejection at that night.
Joe setting a screen by Williams. He'll play center back over. Williams. Time ticking down. To the free throw line. And he will take it. That'll be the end of the first quarter. 18-13. Thunders up by 5. And we'll take a quick break here and we'll get back to the second quarter to get things started. You're watching the playoffs of the NBA on 2K Sports. And if you're just tuning in, we get ready for the start of the second quarter. A little bit of a close range here as the Thunders are up by 5. Let's have your thoughts here, Roy, on how they did.
Well, good to be definitely returning like all over once, and it's a lot of playback actions afterwards. They see so many others. Without Luka Doncic, it can be difficult for some others, but for Anthony Davis, he is the only one that can be definitely remembered for with the Lakers, but now he's transferred to transfer. Back in Texas in the Western Conference, he stayed for 3 of them in a row. I think his next generation is going to be handling it. We start the second quarter as we are all settled in, ready to go. Mavericks Alexander is losing Stewart. And it's right inside at center. Williams is right to small forward, and Chuck Holmgren is right toward power forward. Now Williams will now find again the door. Following after the alley-oop pass by Anthony Davis. Dort swings to Mavericks Alexander over Irving. And over by Williams is good. Now we get Mavericks Alexander with his first bucket. 20-10, 15 to score. Williams in a rush over. And he went out of bounds. That one will turn over to the Thunder ball. Well, he's a little bit too quick. Too quick line. He steps out of bounds. It's not going to change it optimally. You're going to get that one left alone.
Now the Mavericks Alexander will slide it back. And now the pass over to Lugent Stewart. Dort giving over, now finding Williams. Bounce pass to Holmgren. Holmgren for 2. Layup drive. Gets it back. Rebounded by Holmgren again of Hardenstein. Hardenstein looks to J. Gordix Alexander. Gordix Alexander setting up a new screen. Time running down. Have to get there. Backstepper. That's good. Gordix Alexander with 4 points in the game. A 22-15 score. Now Williams will have it again in Washington. Here's Williams. The step on the screen by Anthony Davis. Here's Williams. Right towards zone. Setup drive, no good for the Mavericks. Hardenstein's got his 3rd rebound of the night. As he passed the 2-minute mark for the second. Hardenstein gives back to Mavericks Alexander. He will set it over now finding Dort. Dort. Right over to Holmgren. Dropped out with a 3. Lost the ball, rebounded up by the Mavericks. Christie will start things over. He'll find again to Williams. Williams backs a step. Gordix Alexander on there. Looks over to Washington. Washington. Near to wait. From the baseline, Washington. Here's Christie for 3. That's missed. Rebounded by Gordix Alexander.
You know, they're not shooting the 3-pointers that they're doing it for. They just got to keep practicing everything. Nobody's going to give them a good look at the 3. This is what happens if they can't find an open look. That's going to be a swing, range, and miss.
Williams slides back to Gordix Alexander. Around Davis. Drive no good. Rebound by Davis.
Well, I see now that Davis is getting a rebound. That's clean on the look.
Williams is on Gordix Alexander. Right to the middle. Up for the shot. No good here. Williams with the rebound with under 5 minutes remaining. Williams slows this down. Now the pass to Dort. Dort. Nowhere to go. Now finding Gordix Alexander. Looks the pass back to Williams. Williams for the 2. And he will get it. That'll be Jalen Williams with a number 2-pointer. He's got 4. Mavs with the ball. They're trailing by 9. And that shot gets stumped out and blocked by Arnstein, but it's Davis with the rebound and dunked it in.
Well, I guess he was not quitting that afterwards. That was going to be left line.
Reporter for David up for Ali LaForce setting it in with a message for SGA for the funders. It was no quick tip, but the top drive can be a lot harder than he changed for. His life is spraying with all the goodness of the take, and he was never seen like he did before. This is what happens with the point guard and their own lives. It doesn't get anything easier.
Well, and you can definitely know about Jacob Alexander.
That's what happens when he causes with the mess-ups in his zone, and it can be a little hard to do with anything when they matter. And that's what happens with SGA point guarders. It's just not going to be easy enough to change it up. His home ground following rejection by Hardenstein. Williams finds Mavericks Alexander. Alexander pass to Williams. Williams, put in 3. That's good. Another 2-pointer for Jalen Williams. He's got 6. Approaching to a 3-minute mark in the second quarter. Timeout by the Mavs. And we will step aside here. Williams with 6 points. It was how hard it can be. Nobody stands a chance. It can be like a downtown throwdown. It's 26-17. As we're nearing down the end of the first half, we got the halftime show coming up for you. That'll be Ernie Johnson with the big fella of Shaq O'Neal and Ernie Johnson with our biggest of the supporters with our stop downs in the first half. This will be all games coming on for the first half of the game, and a halftime show is next after this. Now, there are 2 mascots I forgot to mention before. They talked one, which is the Mavs man, the Ice Flyers, and the other one is the Champ. There are definitely 2 mascots there, and what I'm talking about is the Champ of the Mavericks. This is what happens, seem to be like what they all know for. It is an anthropomorphic horse, blue fur, and a white mane and it's a basketball uniform, and he's definitely given everything.
Well, you can definitely see what happens now. I mean, notice what the runner was doing things, and definitely like Victor Green, it's definitely the same thing like everybody's been doing it for. I know the Stars definitely do the same thing for real, like Victor Green does, but the champ of the Maverick, he can try to be here to show what's going on.
You may want to see this right here. The weather, big weather supports afterwards. The calling card is right on your right. So go check it out if you like to take a closer look at it. And then return here with the returning of the game, just in case. Lively! What a block! Only 2-3 remaining in the second.
Oh, I see that coming. That's what happens to Mavs saw Derek Lively the second. He's got 2 blocks in a row. Nicely done.
Gigorix Alexander passes over to Wiggins. Wiggins swings to Gigorix Alexander, bounce pass to Wiggins, bounce pass to Williams. Williams rolls back to Wallace. Wallace around Gapper. Good. That makes a great try for Wallace with 5 points in the game. Down to 2 minutes for the first half. Spencer Dinwiddie slides back. The screen by Gapper. They throw down. Down he goes with the dunk. Number 2 for Spencer Dinwiddie, and that'll be Gigorix Alexander with the ball. The Thunders cut their lead back down by 5. Wallace swings over to Caruso. Caruso swings to Williams. Williams back to Caruso. Caruso step in motion on the drive around Irving, and a great D here. Irving's got another rebound here of under 90 seconds. And Irving will step up for 2. That is good! Makes it number 3. They're down by 2.
Oh, looks like things coming now. Uncle Drew's going to get the close game rigid.
Wiggins pass up ahead, bounce pass to Williams. Williams goes back to Caruso. Over to Wallace. Wallace goes to Caruso with the drive. Good scoop in as Caruso's got 4. It's Wallace with the assist on Irving. Now Kyrie Irving will set a motion again to Gafford. Gafford sets to Lively a second. Marshall outside, screen by Lively. Swings the free block. Rebounded up. Lively. Fades. Back step. Good. They're tied by 2 quickly. And it's now a 2-point game opposite between the Flamers and the Mavs. Caruso down to 30 seconds remaining. We'll send a pass now finally to get Wiggins. Wiggins will set to the words Alexander for 3. Not so good. Rebound by Gafford. 3 seconds remaining. Here's Marshall. A chance for the lead for Gafford. Harden finding Irving in corner. Down to 8 seconds. Irving for 2. And it's good! They're now tied for 30. Gregorius Alexander. Step up. Paul for 3. And that'll be out of the range, and we have approached halftime. Both teams are tied for 30. We'll come back for the third quarter after the break. And now a minute to check out Ali LaForce on courtside. Let's see what we have.
I'm here with PJ Washington. PJ, what will be the key for you guys defensively in the second half?
Not letting them get easy rock to the basket and contesting their shots, rebounding, not letting them get second chance points.
Comes back to the fundamentals, guys.
All right, Ali, thank you. And then stay tuned. The third quarter is underway after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 18 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. And last game, he could never really get going. Maybe that lit a fire under him tonight. Shaq, what's your take on that?
Well, their strategy to pound inside has worked well so far. I wouldn't get away from it if I were trying to keep working it to the post, and you got to win that physical battle.
And over to Kenny. Your thoughts on the Thunder's first half?
What you like is many of their baskets come off the That's a sign of working together and functioning at a high level. No need to have this hero ball when I'm going to shoot and no one else is going to get the ball. Nope, they moved it, and we'll see if they can keep it up in the second.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
You've been watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to American Airlines Center as we're getting ready for the start of the third quarter for a tie game. It's been a big struggle here for Mr. Drew, but this must be Uncle Drew the better spot to be to get ready for the second half.
Well, my guy is a great guy. I've always never seen Kyrie Irving to show everything off to me. But now this time, it's going to be everything.
I can't wait to see what happens with Irving. Let's see if we can handle it. As for the starting groups, we have is Irving along with Klay Thompson, Daniel Gafford right towards center, PJ Washington in small forward, and Davis is in power forward position. Rebounded by Jalen Williams. That'll be another rebound for OKC Thunders. The Thunders are back the other way as Williams will set the door. Center middle, Isaiah Hardenstein with a shot. Great take for the defense effort by Daniel Gafford.
He's missing everything for Hardenstein. Only the defense effort was better to be perfect afterward. Nobody can stand and tell if this keeps it on straight coming. I don't know if this will keep in, but that really stays a hard time.
No rebound by here for Daniel Gafford, and here's Hardenstein, now fights to Dort. Dort for 3. That's good, and will take the lead for 3. He has 6.
Perfect line group here. Lucian Stewart, man, he's like killing things out. He said, nope, I'm out of here.
They wouldn't talk about Lucian Stewart, would they?
Not my voice.
Now here's Gafford, right to it in the wing. Settle across, Thompson for 3. Number 3 misses, and rebounded by Williams. That's his 4th. 6:40 remaining, and here's Holmgren's right turn wing. Sets the pass over, now finding to Jalen Williams. Williams. Set it over, now finding to Holmgren. Holmgren holds us over to Dort. Dort swings to Holmgren, now finds to Jalen Williams. Williams for the finish, the drive style. That'll be Williams with his first personal. And another team foul for Dallas Mavericks. Williams hanging the free throw line, shooting 2.
You don't have to be out there like everything after all. Jalen Williams is all stepping right up. He can't play it afterward, and he have to do for him.
And now as they're ready to take their next free throw, the Thunders are getting ready for their next set of the free throw line. Makes the first free throw. Now, I'm saying on his personal life, it was definitely what's the start when he definitely does everything what he does for it. Williams was definitely born in Denver, and then he moved in Gilbert, Arizona, and he was like 7 years old. His parents, Ronald and Nicole Williams, were both the members of the U.S. Air Force. And the younger brother, Cody Williams. He also was the Kansas 5-star recruiter who played for the Utah Jazz. But more likely to make the parents out of it is to bring the serving the country after him. He noticed he was missing everything, but he was not really sure if he was able to get everything what he chose for. What a great block by Holmgren as he had that shot blocked.
Oh my gosh, that's Holmgren. The fire chase is definitely on. I think that rumble takedown is not going to be easy enough.
Williams, the number 2 pointer makes in. He has 10.
He's perfect for 10. 3 out of 3 zone. Look at him go.
Timeout given by Dallas Mavericks with 5:51 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Now, let's have a look at the other man here as we will have some little time effort to show who it is. It's McMahon, who's also known as the mascot for the Dallas Mavericks. Now, I know we're not showing oftenly, but as you may just remember this, he was more likely to ask what they say to officials. One for Blue Bird and a ton of course, and the other is the superhero like a figure, a part man and part-time on the basketball. He wears a unique orange basketball-themed bodysuit with the Mavericks uniform elements. He's normally an acrobatic dunks and engaging with the fans. In short, they have a dynamic duo, Champ and the Masked Man.
They all say now. They can definitely say what the Mavericks man has been doing it for, and they can definitely be like together for friends. It's really like when they all say now, they have 2. But the other ones didn't seem like it was going to be the other play here for the Clippers. Therefore, we had no other choice. Just like the Portland Trail Blazers, they had 2 mascots down there, one and the other. The Blaze roaring on that angle, and also Cleveland Cavs. They've got Moonshiner. And the Cavs man, JD. There's no change up that they really wanted to do for them. They can be hard for sometimes with 2 mascot players.
Exactly. Joe's checked in for the Guardians, Alexander. And here's Washington, now finding the Irving for 3. It's our miss here. Holmgren with his 3rd rebound of the night with only 5:40 remaining. Off to Joe. Joe for the finish. Rebounded by Hardenstein. Fades back to Joe. Joe slows down, now finds Williams again on Holmgren. Holmgren on Anthony Davis. The pass to Hardenstein. Over Gatford. It's blocked! He took it over! Want to take his block shots here for Gatford. Oh, and Washington. He's on a high fly ball at this point. They're going back and back forward.
I see that Hardenstein didn't get that shot well. This is what happens. He misses again. It's another turnover.
They're down by 5. Williams now finds Holmgren. And he'll give again to Dort. Dort for 2. Good. Williams Dort's got 8. And it'll be Holmgren's is 6. Without Hardenstein, he's a little bit getting a little under cold here, but you'll see if he can try to handle it often. Off with the shot. Oh, Hardenstein! He denied it off from Daniel Gapper. That is no watch. He would have said that coming. He felt like, is that what you're going to take me on? Well, there's no way in that. You're sorry, not sorry. Boy, with that drive, I don't seem to know how that was going to happen. And all I say, boy, it just kept coming back from Gapper and Hardenstein. Wow. It was no way that they just changed it oftenly, but that really got him from coming. Yeah, I can see it now. They're just really like flying a gap. After the foul by the Mavericks, it will be Jalen Williams heading to the free throw line, shooting 2 once again. He's always perfect, 3 for 3. And now we'll have to see for 4 for 4 if he gets it in. Both shots. That's one. Williams will be able to take his own settling. And now with some new changes, as he's back on the court on Irving and Washington. Thompson moves over to small forward with Dante Exum. And the second free throw will count it in for Jalen Williams. He has 12. Now here's the other Williams on Joe. Thompson for 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Gephardt. Great team by Hardenstein. Another rebound by Holmgren. He's got 5. And here's Joe. Open look for the 2. That rolls in and out. Holmgren will try again now, this time over to Williams. Williams sets it over to Dort. Dort making new changes here. Trying to get to Williams for the 2. And that's another banger. That is 6 in a row as Williams has 14.
Oh, this is like monster mayhem. That's Jalen Williams. He's selling across big.
Ball's loose. Rebound by Williams. Davis against Holmgren. And now find Williams. Here's the take. Over Dort. Rebounded by Holmgren. That will be a 6th rebound of the night. No scores here yet. And now to pass on Joe. Joe will send to Dort. Dort. Holmgren looks over. Thompson watching him. Step up for 2. And that will end here. Williams only has 5 out of 6 field goal range, and that one only misses once.
Well, you can't do it. You can't be sorry enough now if you do things again.
And that'll be Williams for 3. 13 out of 5 run. Timeout by OKC. 43-35. The posting range could be in coming trouble, but it might be hard enough to tell. Get ready for tonight's game as we have the Hawks taking on against the Cavaliers. That'll be covered starting at 7 p.m. back at Atlanta, Georgia at the State Farm Arena. And then following along with the next game will be the Rockets against the Timberwolves. And then Game 5, it's back to another game strategy as we have our next games up. That will be the first one to start things off down and back in alley, as it'll be the Cavaliers taking on against the Hawks back at Rocket Mortgage Arena. And this time it will be another take-in team, as the other side will be the Nuggets taking on the Clippers in game number 5 here at Mile High. Now their next games here. Then follow along with the later game. We'll have only 2 Western Conferences as we have our next takes in on strategy. That will be the Lakers versus the Warriors. And then lastly, we'll take things on for our big changes of our own time. With that, only 3 of them are left, with the Pacers and the Bucks at FightServe.forum for only 1 game, and then the other games will be NHL. To get ready for round number 2. Dorpe Suchansky are holding on center base. Now Joe will find it again to Williams. Jalen Williams is checked out, as now it's back to Isaiah Joe. Finds to Wiggins. Aaron Wiggins up with a drive, scoops in. He got his first 2-pointer in the game, a 45-35 score.
They're down by 10. I mean, they could be really like hard and strangle on the time effort. It can be a little hard sometimes.
As Williams makes the three-pointer. He'll try to make some new setups. Into middle on Isaiah Joe. Passes over. Thompson for three. He didn't get it that time. Marshall for two. Good. 45-37 to score. Now Caruso will send it over to Joe as we are down to 2 minutes in the third quarter. Joe will swing it over to Wiggins this time on a wing. Back to Joe. Joe swings to Javon Williams. Again to Wallace. Wallace, Caruso for three. And corner good. Caruso's got 7, 48-37. And this will beat Isaiah Joe with the assist.
It can be difficulty, but it may not be what they're looking for.
And Klay Thompson makes a two-pointer. And that drive will get it in that big time. A big moment. Here's Wallace. He'll swing over to Caruso. Caruso swings over to Joe. Joe. We're in the baseline on a drive. Wow! Unbelievable. Isaiah Joe with his first scoop in reverse. And it's now 50-39.
There is nobody coming back.
It can be difficulty to get that a reverse layup a single digit. That's a great drive. Thompson against Caruso. Screen by Lively to second for three. And he misses again. Lively up. Good. They're back down by 9. 50 seconds remaining in the third. And Caruso trying to make a new change-off. We'll give it again to Joe. Joe swings over. Caruso back to Wallace. Wallace swings over to Joe. Joe pass to get to Wiggins. Around Marshall. Rebound by Lively to second. Thompson on his way down. Against Caruso. Caruso pass that, finds it again to Exo. Exo, and wing. Oh, he's slamming again. That's Dante Exo with a slam drive.
It can be just hard and nobody knows. Dante Exo with the finish.
Down to 10 seconds, Wallace. Here's Joe. Fades. Back to Caruso. Caruso. One last change. Will he take it? Caruso for two. And a corner shot. It's good! He makes the buzz beater. It'll be Caruso, the number 2-pointer. 52-43. A close game effort. Fourth quarter is underway next. After this, do or die. Will the Mavs win? Find out after this. Let's have a quick moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Now this can be really difficult afterward. You see what goes with Dallas, and you see Holmgren, that's a big chain off, and you get the good pass to Isaiah Hartenstein. With some counter drop-ins and a big drive and one, it is really like a closest to game digit. He's really keeping it up from here, hoping he can stay back into it.
We're down to the final quarter. Hope you're having fun with us. If you're just tuning in, we got the fourth quarter ready for you. As a start for the Thunder is Keir Stewart. He's also along with Mavericks Alexander and Hartenstein. And Williams is right to small forward, and Chet Holmgren and power forward. Mavericks Alexander slides it back. A skip on. Their teardrop, no good. Rebounded by Mavericks Alexander again to Dort. And he'll now get to Holmgren. He'll try the three. Dropped it in with a three-pointer. Chet Holmgren makes the three, and it's now a 55-43 game. Irving. Pass to Davis. Holmgren on him. Backstepper. Fades. Back to Irving. Irving up for two. No good. Rebound by SGA is 6th rebound. Mavericks Alexander swings to Dort. Dort. Back over to Mavericks Alexander to kick over to Holmgren. Holmgren. Hartenstein. Around Davis. Tough shot, but no good. Thompson swings to Washington, and now right toward middle. Up with it goes with the teardrop, and no good. The floater is off and missed again for Dallas Mavericks.
This is not already shooting it. This is unvariable.
There can not be only one team to change up, then this need to be changed correctly. Isaiah Eugene Stewart again to Gordon Alexander. For the 2. Good. Gordon Alexander with 6 points. And now a 57-43 game. Kyrie Irving. Swing it out a little bit. Now right toward middle. The drive. Step up. And Lively will slam it down. He's putting another dunk in the show after a rebound here after Irving, but it wasn't enough to bring it in. Lucian stored against Thompson. Swings to Hartenstein. Hartenstein lost the ball. Got it back. Holmgren for 3. Another miss by OKC. Thompson. Lively for 3. Missed again. That's an error miss by Dallas.
They're just not shooting threes comfortable enough. This is what happens. They swing and miss oftenly. Nobody's getting the exact timing to get it straight.
And Holmgren now finds again. Over to Williams with a drive. Good. Jalen Williams gets his 16 points in the game as we're nearing 5:15 in the 4th.
Well, that's what I mentioned now. Jalen Williams has been unsettable on his own standing. It is really what it is, though.
And here's Washington on Jalen Williams. Screen for Davis. Toward middle. Blocked by Holmgren. And Gordix sent to Holmgren. There's the alley-oop success. And that one is on Shea Gordix Alexander. Timeout by the Mavs. Under 5 minutes in the 4th. This one is really what they all expected now, that they play it optimally at the right same time.
Well, they can't believe it. They just don't seem like they would care for battle.
And with that being said, the playoff brackets, as we are looking over here on a section of the Western Conference on that side. As we're seeing things in before, it seems like that the Dallas Mavericks may be the ones to lead. But the other side of it will be all. As for the Nuggets and Clippers, they are tied for 2 here in each games. 1 in Mile High and 1 in Los Angeles. This is their big range that they're doing it for, and they were never slowing it down afterwards with the same amount of time. There's no lack that they're doing it for. So, if the Mavericks lose and the Thunders move on, they will face against the winning team between the Nuggets or the Clippers for the 4th versus 5th seed. And we are waiting on the Rockets facing against the Timberwolves. That'll be at 9:30 later tonight. 8:30, sorry about that with the confusion with the time. But we'll see what happens with the change-up. Now with some new changes on the court, as Daniel Gafford will bring Kyrie Irving on the court. Derek Lively's checked out. Davis is against Holmgren. Holmgren got a good nice season here. Ball's deflected. Gafford got to get out of his own. And here's another take in. Down to 5. Here's Irving. Gordon Alexander watching it. Here's a 3 for Thompson. Oh, he rolls it out. And Gafford will take it in. 61-47.
It can never get things worse here. Missing threes, but the rebound will have to take games off to carry.
Gordon Alexander right toward wing. That passes over now to Jalen Williams. He rolls back to Gordon Alexander. Tries to give to Hartenstein. Over Gafford. That's good defensive effort by Daniel Gafford. Washington on his way down, back the other way. On his finish, Gafford up, and he can't get it to go. That's the last touch by Holmgren. They'll lead Mavs ball again with under 4 minutes remaining in the 4th. Now here's Thompson right toward wing. 3:45 left to remain in the 4th quarter. Screen by Washington. Here's Thompson. And that one swallowed away by Holmgren. That one is going to keep Dallas ball with only 5 seconds to shoot.
Well, it's not much time to think about it now because that's after rejection. You just need to make it in. If you don't get it in time, I mean, that's it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Ball stolen. Hartenstein takes over. And here comes the fast break. Gordon's up and makes the try. There will be 8 points for Shea Gordon-Alexander after Dort with the assist.
This is what happens. The defensive zone has been cutting into a break release. Now the number 1 seed team is going to be moving on to the next round.
Davis slides it back. And Dort takes it over. Oh, I think Dort will take it. Yes, sir. Never dunk here for the Thunders as Lucian Stewart takes it out.
There's no spittle to the river. That's Lucian Stewart as he gets 10. He's on a lockdown Bedford. Timing is just right.
Irving trying to get a steal from it, and Gafford's on Hardenstein. Gafford on him. Hardenstein running down to the wire, and Hardenstein will take his rebound, and he's out of energy. Tries to recover it. Now it's back to Gordon-Alexander. Over to Dort. Dort finds Williams. Williams for 3, and he'll drop it in. That'll be another 3 for the Thunders as he has 19.
He's lighting it out here in game 4.
That means it's a big shutout, and that could be it.
It's all over when nobody stands in the way.
Timeout given by Dallas Mavericks with their second to last timeout with only 2:21 remaining. Get ready for the next game here for the NHL as Game 5 is right around the corner. The first game, as we will start off, is the Vegas Golden Knights, and they will be playing against the Wilds back at T-Mobile Arena. Coverage starts at 3:30 p.m. with the first game. Then, the second game, as you'll get things on the other side, we have another group here. That will be the Edmonton Oilers taking on against Los Angeles Kings back at Crypto.com Arena. They're not really starting to be seeing things, but this might be all for one. And then for the next part of the game, as you'll see the rematch one last time between the Panthers and the Lightning. You may never know how it's going to happen, but the question is, will the Panthers knock down the Lightning? There's only one question to make a yes or no.
I'm going to say that the Panthers might win this game and then move on.
I got you feeling right now. I got the Thunder to say is Panthers. I'm going to go with the Panthers there too.
Oh, yes, sir.
Can't say that one open. And now it's time to present your New Balance Player of the Game. The Player of the Game in Game 4 goes to Jalen Williams.
Williams has never been an option. In my mind, he really has been like playing it and doing it in every step along the way. He was really good at it. He wants to do more rebounds and effort. He wants to take tons of times with the percentage of shooting. And maybe the free throws. He's getting a lot better and better.
Nearing now the 2-minute mark, we have is PJ Washington. He will send it over to Gafford. Sorry, Levy the second, and Irving will finish it. And the foul will be on the Thunders. That'll be Hardenstein, his first. And a first-team foul for the OKC Thunders.
At the line for Dallas, Kyrie Irving. 2 shots.
Irving knocks down the first free throw. But they said now here for the statements, and that was the few notable quotes by 2017 since he was playing with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And definitely what James was noticing, that he just has to do everything. He just continues to perform and continues to come back and come back again and again and again. And to his belief in the earth being flat, this is not even conspiracy theory. The earth is flat. Sometimes you just don't play flat optimally, you just play like you're not being flat still. You just have to play it like it's real legit. Anything needs to be mattered by that.
Yeah, it can be just difficult to put up, but there's not even a choice for Kyrie Irving to be playing it optimally. The Uncle Drew is not the better feeling than we don't for.
Oh, wow, the crowd's really loving on PJ Washington. Another throwdown for the Mavericks. Under 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, as Gilberto Alexander will swing again to Williams. And back over to Holmgren. Holmgren passes to Gilberto Alexander. Alexander finds Holmgren. 3 for Williams. That's missed again. Rebounded by Thompson. Under 90 seconds. And Thompson, the pass to Washington. Washington finds Irving for the 3. That's no good. Rebounded up by Holmgren. Holmgren will give it over now, finding to Jalen Williams with the finish drive. Up he goes and goes. Williams will finish 21 points here after Holmgren with the assist. Well, that's all for now. Fans are going to give appreciation with the thank you, and hopefully by then, the next season, you'll be back by 25 to 26 season. Lively to second. Irving for 3. And I will make it in for another 3-pointer. Time running down. SGA with the ball. 50 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. And now he rolls to Holmgren. Holmgren. Again to Dort. Dort swings over to Holmgren. Fine to shoot. One last time for Gilberto Alexander to finish things up. Will he get there through? And he'll count the bucket and one. Kyrie Irving with a foul. And that'll be another foul for the Mavericks. Just 33 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
They couldn't believe it at that point. That SGA did it again.
And that finishing drive
was just unbelievable.
no stopping to this play. Free throw one last time for the Thunders, as they'll be shooting 1. And last group substitutions for the Thunders and the Mavericks. SGA at the free throw line shooting 1.
One shot.
And Gilberto Alexander will finish with 11 points. Dante Exum. Into a wing. Alley-oop to Lively. Oh, that was a big, quick on tipper. He made that one good looking.
That's big proof. That's great alley-oop pass.
Down to 15 seconds. Gilberto Alexander again to Williams. Williams will handle it back to Shea Gilberto Alexander. And that's going to do it. The Thunders are earned in next round, as with that, they are turning things off to the second round to play against the winning team between a 4 to 5 seed. And with that one, the Mavs season has come to the end of the line. Well, it's been a great one after Lee, and with that, there was no answer to that, as they've been playing it before and after. 73 to 56 is your final score. There was nothing to give anything a better credit to that one. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Along with my broadcast partner with Ali LaForce and Roy Cruz, I'm Paintbrush. And we all have a wonderful season with the Mavs, but they'll return next season. Thank you all for watching, and of course, we'll see you next time. Peace! All right there, Paintbrush. Thank you very much. And with that, the Thunders are moving on to the second round to face against the winning team between the Nuggets and the Clippers. We will see them for tomorrow night, as this will be the other side of it to see what goes in. After hockey, then we're going to get back into basketball to have some little crossover right in the range. So there'll be only 2 games with that one here, and only 1 game for that way, and the other game for the other way. These are the only 2 we are looking at, and as we were doing it before, this will be your next take. And then we'll have a little first look here for the Capitals facing against the New Jersey Devils here at Capital One Arena. And it's been like and honestly, like, it's a great way to have that finishing in there. They couldn't get the job done, and with that, it's all over. Mavs season is finished. Here's how you did with the total statistics here. The Thunders have been outranging here in the field goals, 3-pointers, and free throws with 55%, 50%, and 100%. That's like incredible. The Dallas Mavericks have fast break points, points in the paint, and second chance points by 13, 38, and 12. Bench points and assists was 20 and 25 for the OKC Thunders. 15 defensive rebounds for the Dallas, and 25 defensive rebounds for Oklahoma City. Then it was 3 steals with 7 blocks, 3 turnovers, and 3 team fouls for OKC. Then 10 dunks with Dallas. 21 biggest lead for OKC with 17:58 time of possession. This couldn't get the job out of it. Well done to make that one feel good. And now let's have the 3 star players of the game. Let's have your takes here with Spinny. All yours.
Alright, thank you so much there, Mike. As we get this thing started for the 3rd star player of the game, he was nowhere to be finished off with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. With 11 points, with 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block, 5 out of 11 field goals, only 22 performance effort. It was just how he did, but that's the only defense that he ever does it for. Then, the 2nd star player of the game goes to the other side. As for the Mavericks, they only got a couple of them to take. Kyrie Irving. 23 points with 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and then 1 steal, 8 out of 17 field goals. 3 3-points were made, and only 6 of them were missed. Only 29 performance effort. That's Uncle Drew to finish off for Game 4. And your number 1 star, the player of the game. Well, he's been like best for the last. And with that, that's the finish. Jalen Williams. 21 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 7 out of 9 field goals, and only 1 3-pointer was made. Just 6 for 6. He's been like playing for a dominantly. He's been doing it before. With 24 performance, it never gets things done. And that's going to do for the couple games in the afternoon. We'll get ready for the evening game as we're going to do some musical chairs and we're going to mix things up. And then we'll see what happens with the next game, the Hawks and Cavaliers, following along by the Wolves and the Rockets at 8:30 p.m. Well, we're wrapping it up now. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time for as well as the NBA playoffs on 2K25 dial. This is Tyler on Wood Spirity signing out. See you all soon for another game of the playoffs of the NBA. Good night in Dallas, Texas. Until next season.
If you don't, somebody will.